Hello everyone, how are you? My name is Willie TheBam Johnson, and as we greet everyone in our dojo by asking them these simple questions, these acronyms. How you feel? Super good and getting better, sir. Oh yeah. Who are we? The better attitude makers, sir. Gratitude is our attitude. 10 minutes a day, progress each day. Well, this is the Warrior's Mindset. Willie TheBam Johnson's Warrior's Mindset Radio. And I, once again, like to give credit where credit is due. Thanks to Champ Nichols, Damon John speaking manager. Through his mentorship, we were able to carve out exactly what are these concepts that I teach about. These concepts that have allowed me to turn my life around, transform my life when I was incarcerated, and use the old things that was instilled in me when I was coming up as a kid, the principles of martial arts, and all the experiences that I had throughout life, from everyday life, from business, from hustling, you name it, from being a father, being a husband, being a child of God, being a son, all those things. We put them together, and he said, hey, Willie, this is the Warrior's Mindset. Well, that's what this radio show is all about. This show is based upon the old mixtapes, man. Anybody that know me, I used to do those mixtapes, jump out the car, film whatever I seen out there because I wanted to deliver a message. It goes back to me seeing how hip-hop and how mixtapes inspired me, because when I was coming up and I was seeing things and I was seeing different things that we see today and we take as normal, I was like, hold up, man, I need to educate people so they can see that, hold up, man, they got bum fights going on out here. Yo, look, down here at the flea market, they selling old school kung fu tapes and guys making a killing. Black exploitation films are still popping, man. Look at, what these guys are saying in rap music. These conscious things is talking about truth or talking about things to come, and people are not paying attention. And the mixtapes allowed us to do that. I mean, we still have them. We were the first ever, independent company to get a major hip-hop label to pick us up and distribute our mixtapes. And then we was able to get Century to distribute our mixtapes. And even doing movies, man. I've been doing movies since I was like 10 years old. First one in the projects. Then having McKim's Community Center help me do a movie. And then, we did the, Deadly Game of Death and a couple of other movies. I mean, even doing the WMAC Masters thing, we were about ready to shoot a certain movie. And all the DVDs, instructional DVDs with Pal Press, things with Black Belt Magazine. I always wrote my own articles. I always planned out, my own path because I knew what I had to do. Nobody was going to do it for me. I had to do it for myself. So since I was a 6-year-old kid, nobody never believed in these dreams. I had to keep on pushing because I wanted more in life. And it's still the same thing. I'm still pushing forward to move forward. Warrior Mindset, once again, is just the ability to be able to flip the script, find a way to overcome whatever adversities are standing in front of you, and push forward. Don't let that stuff happen inside of you. Taking your mind, your body, and your spirit, and being able to do what? Being able to unite them as one. So you become one strong force. You got to turbocharge your life forward. But it also got to be turbocharged forward based upon principles and values. Principles for personal development, traditions to protect whatever foundation that has helped you grow from you. Because every now and then we start believing our hype. We start smelling ourselves, start thinking we got it, and we end up messing up, For me, the most important thing is that being an ambassador for these kids. Being an ambassador for the type of people that go through the emotional struggles that I went through that made me make those devastating choices that I made in my life that got me in trouble. I mean, anything that can happen to a kid, it happened to me, man. When I think about all the things I had to overcome, from being molested, from being bullied, from, drinking my first drink at a real young age and having a hangover, from seeing how my dad cussed me out and beat me down, from seeing the struggles that my mom went through, seeing what my sister went through, seeing what you had to deal with when people was bullying you and calling you the Black Bruce Lee, and even people telling you what you're not going to do. And even seeing some of the, it was some good things too, man, that gave you aspiration and inspiration to push forward. But, come on, man. Any guy that, had I had kids at a young age, and nobody wasn't trying to help me get my life together. Rather than instead, they were talking about, yo, you know, how many you got, Bam, Bam, yo, how many you got? And nobody knew inside myself. I felt ashamed. I felt lost. I felt miserable. All I wanted was a man to step up and tell me what not to do, but nobody did that. You know what I'm saying? I seen how people treated my mom and treated with disrespect. How my best friends tried to they did break in our house, man, and steal my stuff. And I had to stand up and go and fight. And people just don't know what the hell a person had to go through in those projects, man. And you have to keep on fighting every day. And sometimes when I deal with people today, I'm like, man, am I still going through the same thing? Do I still have to prove to people that I'm worthy of more in life? Do I still have to watch my back knowing that this guy trying to stick me up? Come on, man. Most of the people, excuse me, most of the people that tried me and tried to take advantage of me were my so-called best friends, you know? I mean, it was just crazy. But what you going to do, quit? I mean, the most devastating thing that I could have ever done in life is quit. You know? I mean, when I got locked up, come on, I've been locked up several times as a kid. They never sent you to a jail. You know, they detained you. Your parents came and got you. And then when when my mom died in my arms, man, and I'm out there running wild, just wanting to die. I was on a path of total suicide. Don't nobody, you will never understand what I'm saying. That's why I just like, man, I have to step back. I have to take a deep breath. I cannot get angry. I cannot get frustrated. I cannot see defeat. I don't know defeat. I cannot look at defeat in the eyes and just quit. I got to keep on pushing, man, because I should have been dead a long time ago. I'm not bragging. I mean, but when I think of, those times of what happened with my mom, when my mom passed away, I was supposed to have been in New York on the front cover of Official Karate magazine with Master Brown, but instead I was not, because I had to make other choices. I mean, whatever choices that was out of my control, I had to be there with my mom, man. And my mom died in my arms. I tried my very best to hold it down, the project's apartment, Section 8 house. I lost it. I couldn't hold down, man. Living with my sister, being around other black men that made me feel like I was less than. As long as you stood up and you showed that you was going to be better than, and you wasn't competing against them, but you showed that you wasn't going to be less than, they just made things hard for you, man. They set you up. They set up booby traps and just left you out there to fail. I mean, how the hell could you push forward? I mean, can you imagine how hard it is to strive and go forward when everybody around you is setting you up and trying to sabotage you and make sure you don't make it? It's set up by design so you can't make it. All my life, that's all I know, man. And then you finally get your life together. Thank God, once again, I say, I hope no kid never have to go through this. But thank God I went to jail. I would have never got this program of recovery. I would have never had the courage to walk in a room or walk amongst anyone and say, hey, my name is Bam. I'm a great recovering addict. I'm lost. I'm powerless. I need help. The only way I could have gotten it by going to jail. The only way I could have gotten it by going there with Brother D, and he beat me down and called me every bad name you can possibly imagine and told me why I was less than a man. No man that's doing what I was doing can even claim to be a man. That was the greatest thing that ever happened to me. I wanted to get up and I wanted to leave, but most importantly, I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was tired of living on the street. I was tired of crawling across the floor and feeling for a rock or feeling for whatever was down there. Man, you talk about the spirit. How can you be up? You just a kid just wanting a better life, just wanting some peace of mind, just wanting some happiness, just wanting to be a great martial artist so you can buy your mom a house, so you can be able to get out the projects and you can be a hero for other people, have a great martial arts school, empower the community and be a hero of your city. And you end up like from selling drugs. Come on, man. Like I said in the story before, I only sold drugs because my best friend got killed, got murdered. Oh, man, come on, man. Come on, man. Nah. I don't take this as a joke. And that's why I have to back away and take a deep breath. Even this film, 1 out of 100, man, I go to people and I try to work with everybody. But don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I'm not that one. And I cannot be that one. I cannot do the things I used to do. I can't even think about the ignorance and the violence that I've seen. Thank God that I'm 1 out of that 100 that's still here today. And all I want to do is pass upon positivity, empowerment to my children, to the next youth, and just give them the strength and the power to stand up and hold on and be true to themselves from the inside out and never have to go through a jail cell. Never have to go to a jail. Never have to go to an AA meeting and say I'm a recovering alcoholic. Never have to eat out the trash can. Never have to walk around and feel like you less than and feel like you less than a man. Never have to have children at a young age. Never have to want to commit suicide and think about you just want to die. Never have to feel humiliated and frustrated and a piece of trash and have people talking to you and talking down to you, even your own family members, treating you like you nothing. Never settling for anything less than what God's true potential inside of you is. And if you keep your mind, body, and spirit free and you stay around the right people that enhance you and compliment you and don't try to put you down and don't try to judge you and don't try to sabotage you, come on, man, you could imagine the great things you can do. It's so important that we make sure our kids understand that, look, I know it might be frustrating. I know you might not understand, but I'm going to show you how to fight through this right now, man, because this is the most powerful lesson I can show you, to fight through this right now, because one day, in order to make it to the great levels of success that God has in store for you, you got to stand up, and this is a lonely path. It's lonely. And even people that come around you, when they see you pushing forward and see you succeeding, they waiting for an opportunity to hit you in the kidney. They waiting for an opportunity to stab you in the back. I mean, it's kind of hard to find those that's going to support you and celebrate you because they going through their own insecurities. It don't mean that they bad people. Sometimes we spend so much time, most people spend so much time trying to get money, trying to be successful, trying to feed their ego, that they don't spend enough time on trying to build their life, build up themselves from the inside out, become the masterpiece of self-expression. That's what it's all about. That's what the master's purpose is about, man. It's about personal mastery. So warrior's mindset, hey, that's it. That's why I do what I do. Who would ever think that I would even be where I'm at right now? Anybody that knows me, anybody that knows how low I was, come on, man, there's no way I would think that I would be where I'm at right now. But by the grace of God and by the willingness and the hard work and the determination to dig down inside myself, to push forward and not settle for anything less than being a child of God and serving God. And like I said in 1989, when I asked God to give me another chance because I was sick and tired, I did not want to come back out of jail and go back out there and live on the street or sell drugs or do none of that, man. I had a plan. I had one plan to go out and become a hustler and make millions of dollars. I had another plan where it's like, oh, I'm going to take it this way and I'm going to try to be a success with this martial arts stuff. And guess what? The martial arts stuff outweighed all of the other stuff. I ain't trying to be the best. I ain't trying to be the baddest, but I do know I'm the ambassador of that truth for those youth. I am that ambassador, and my family is that ambassador, because I do not want nobody to ever go through the hell I went through. You could be the toughest and baddest person you ever want to be, and you could say you that, be locked in a jail cell with a toilet and a seat, you know, and just you in a little small room where you locked down for 23 hours and let out for 1. See how many people can handle that. Be claustrophobic and realize that you can die. Really, be locked in that cage, realizing that, hold up, I can't hang out in the day room. I can't become close with these people. I'm in the jungle. I'm in a jungle that can rape me, kill me, spit on me, destroy me, humiliate me, and do everything they want to do to me if I allow them to see a weakness in me. So that's what a warrior is. You gotta be a humble, peaceful warrior, pushing forward to maintain an environment within yourself, an expression within yourself, a zone around you where you don't let nobody cross. Anybody that comes in, they there to empower you, uplift you, and make you continue to move forward and tap into your true God-given gift. That's what 1 out of 100 is. I thank God. I thank God where I can sit there and my kids can see that I talk to mayors. I talk to wealthy business people. I talk to movie stars. I talk to all the people that I had an aspiration to want to be around and wanted to be like. But guess what? I didn't realize it until I changed everything about me or worked every day to maintain that change and that progress from the inside out. I ain't going to be able to sit amongst other people. I ain't going to be able to put my greatness in the company of greatness until I feel great within. And that's a daily reprieve every day, 24/7, one day at a time. Willie TheBam Johnson, Warrior's Mindset. That's what the Warrior's Mindset is all about. Don't get it twisted. The ambassador of truth that makes sure no youth should ever have to go through the hell that I went through. I never put a needle in my arm, and guess what? The last thing that never happened to me, I'm still alive. Let me go back out and make a choice. Let me go back out and do anything that resembles who I used to be. I ain't coming back. I'm going to be dead because I know what it's like. I know what that life was. It ain't that I didn't like. Come on, who don't want to be irresponsible and treat people with no regard for respect and so forth? Who don't want as much money as they can possibly get and not have to worry about respecting people? Come on. Being nasty and mean and ignorant is easy. Being good, loving, caring, excuse me, being good, loving, caring, and a person of peace is hard. A person of integrity. So Willie TheBam Johnson, Warriors Mindset. Everybody be blessed. Remember, God only makes one of you live up to what God wants you to be. Who we are is God's gift to us. What we do with that gift is our gift back to God. Peace and blessings, nothing but love.